row. I'm Cool Cat Katie, here with Nate.
Reporting live from Greece is Abby, Zoe, and Catlin.
Thanks, Nate.
Zoe, was a civilization polytheistic or monotheistic?
Ancient Greece was polytheistic because they believed in many gods, including Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades.
Did their religion directly impact the civilization or just change the way of life for a handful of people?
Their religion just changed the way of life for some. The ancient Greeks' religion believed that citizens had to pray to gods or goddesses in order to survive.
Delphi was an oracle, which was the center of the universe to them, and that's where the Greeks came to ask questions regarding their life and future.
Did the religion create conflict with other religions?
Ancient Greece wanted to expand their empire and religion because they believed it was best. They created the Persian War, which is one example of how religion created conflict.
But within the religion, gods would fight for leadership and power. For example, Gaia unified with Tartarus to create a monster to destroy Zeus.
On the topic social classes, did they rank people based on money, job, etc.?
Yes, the rankings did occur. Upper class consisted of high priests and nobles, middle class consisted of craftsmen, working class, and the lower class consisted of servants, laborers, and low-class slaves.
What types of jobs were popular in ancient Greece at that time?
Farming merchants, scribes, potters, smiths, and priests were popular jobs for the male population.
Maids, seamstresses, spinners, weavers, and servants were popular jobs for the female crowd.
So describe the typical day of a wealthy ancient Greek citizen.
Basically, the day was like a normal day. For example, they would wake up and spend time outside, spend time with the family, go down to see what work must be done, and do chores. They would return to ride their horses and make sure the servants were carrying out all the jobs.
Moving on to the topic of government. What are the three major governments that occurred in ancient Greece?
Monarchy, oligarchy, and democracy.
Monarchy is a type of government that is ruled by a king with central power.
Oligarchy is a selected wealthy few that are picked to govern.
Democracy is the type of government that is ran by the people, mostly consisted of men.
What are some punishments for breaking the law?
Okay. If a person was found guilty, both the defense and the prosecutor could suggest a punishment. Those were only two punishment choices that jurors could choose. The jury voted on which punishment to accept.
Death and exile were a common punishment for murder, or cash payment fines were common punishment for stealing.
What are some common examples of laws in ancient Greece?
There were laws pertaining to how much land one could own, also laws about how much merchants could charge to others.
Laws showed how punishments could be enforced.
What was the currency?
Their currency system worked as shown. 6 obols were equal to 1 drachma. 100 drachmas were equal to 1 mina. 600 mina equaled 1 talent, or the equivalent of 57 pounds of silver.
What were some of the public systems that ancient Greeks created?
What are some?
They built water systems that they called aqueducts to keep the water flowing through the mountains.
They built many bridges through rivers and valleys to connect the different city-states.
They also built pipes below the land so that the water could flow to different places in the city.
Writing and literature was the main factor in a well-organized city. Can you give us an example of an author or a piece of literature?
Sure. The first piece was called epic poetry, and this style of writing was created by Homer. The Odyssey and the Iliad were two examples of his work.
One type of writing system was called didactic or instructional epic poetry. Greek mythology became a comprehensive philosophical system.
Lyric poetry is basically sung to music with a choir and some instruments.
What are some important achievements that Greece accomplished in the ancient times?
The Olympics were created by Greeks as an athletic contest held in honor of their gods. These games expanded from one-day events athletics, and wrestling to a 5-day event with many different events.
Second achievement was a trial by jury. The ancient Greeks created the first trial by jury system, which was closely followed today in America.
Ancient Greeks created 3 types of columns: Doric, plain, Ionic scrolls, and Corinthian style, which was fancy.
The art was very similar to ancient Egypt. It was very stylized and static.
The Greeks wanted their art to represent the love and beauty, balance and harmony.
Thanks, guys, for the not-so-brief information about ancient Greece.
Tune in later for our live coverage of ancient Egypt.
오빤 Gangnam Style.
No, that's me.
Obviously, you can't read.
You dumb me bummy. Hi, I'm Cool Catlin, and I decided to come give my friends an ancient I got so scared I just saw them. I'm like, oh my god.
오빤 Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. 오빤 Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
Look, I can see myself.
Lower
First trial by jury system. I lost where I was. Louder.
Me, wow.
We're here behind the scenes with Zoe, Caitlin, and Abby Chapman.
That's a wrap.